Hello everyone, myself Sabri and I welcome you to our channel Solution Bridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials. In today's video, we are going to see an end-to-end development of a model-driven app. The use case, what we are going to consider here is the project management module. In our previous video, we have given you a brief explanation on what is a model-driven app, what are its core components, key benefits, and when we should opt for a model-driven app creation, as well as the difference between the Canvas and model-driven apps. If you have not watched this video, I have given the link of that video in the description, and we request you to watch that before you coming here if you are a beginner. Since this being an end-to-end project creation, to reduce or shorten the length of video, we are splitting that video in parts. In current part, we are going to see how to create a data model. So let me take you to the Word document where I have already created some of the tables that is required for this projects and their columns. So we are planning to create 4 different tables. One is team member, projects, tasks, and milestones. So let me get into the Power Apps window and start creating. I'm already on the solution section of my Power App. So let me start creating a new solution first and call it as project management module. You can select the publisher and click on create. Once you're inside the solution, you can start creating your tables. Let me select tables. Here, go to new and go to tables and select the first option, tables. So this will open up a table creation window where you have privileges to create the tables from multiple different ways. So you can either create a table with the help of a copilot, or you can import a SharePoint list, or import an Excel file, or even you can go from blank. Now we would like to proceed from blank. So let me click that. You can see there is a table created and now it is asking us to mention the list of columns. So let me take you to the Word document and let's create the first table, team members. So I go here, I rename the table name as team members, and probably we'll start creating the columns. The first column is name of type text. So you can click here and edit the column, change the name and update it. You can use this button to create new columns. So the next column is email. I would like to set this as an email and let me set it as required and save. The next column, what we need is a phone. Change the format, set it as required and save. Let's go back to the Word template and see the required other columns. It is role and skill. Let me copy the column name, come here, add a new column of role, and this needs to be of a type choice. So click on the drop down, set that to choice, and here now you will be prompted to enter the choice. I'll make this column required, and here I call the role as developer, a business analyst, tester, and a project manager, and a project manager. Let's save it. Finally, the column called skills. So let's create the skills. I would like to keep this as an optional, but I'll change the single line of text to a multi-line of text and save it. So we have our first table ready. Let's get back to the Word document and see the next table. It is called projects. So let me get back. You can use this option plus new table and then select add columns and data to create a new table. You can see a new table gets created. So I call the name of the table as projects. Here you can similarly click and rename the column. The first name is project name. It's a single line of text and required. Let's get back to the Word document. And the next column is description followed by start date and end date. So come here, say add new column, give in the name of the column and select the type. It is required column, save it. The next is start date. So let's say start date, and here we will select date and go with date only. It is also a required column. Similarly, let's create the end date as well. Similarly, we will create the end date as well. Let's go back to the Word and look for the rest of the columns, that is status and budget. So click on add new column, call this column as status, and here we need to set that as choice. So go to the choice and say choice. Here let's go back to the Word document and see the list of choice what we need. It's not started, in progress, and completed. So we can start typing in not started, in progress, and completed. If you feel you need to have a default choice for all the new entries, you can set it, but I feel that it should not be required in our case. So I'll set this column as required and save it. If you hop over to the document again, next is budget. So the new column, I call it as budget and set the data type to currency and make it required. If you notice, next column is the project manager and it is of type lookup to team members. So all these lookup columns, whatever we create in every table, that defines the relationship between the tables. So now it's time for us to create the first relationship. So the project manager, let's add plus new column, call it as project manager. And in the data type, you need to make sure you select the option lookup and let it be required. And here it is asking for which table that you need to look up, and we call that table name, which is team members, and you can save. So this will be a lookup column directly to the team members. You can observe that there is a line gets created and which just talks about the relationship. Once you click this and edit, you will be able to find the relationship which is configured between the projects. So multiple projects can have one project manager is what it says, and that's correct as per our rule. Now finally we need to create one more column which is of type choice, and we call that column as priority. I'll set that to choice and I'll call the type as low, medium, and high. Let me set it as required and save. So similarly, we need to create the rest of the two tables. I'll take you to a different environment where I have already created the four tables which is required for our project. You can see these relationships are available between all the tables. If you want to view the relationship between two tables, you can select that and click on edit to understand one project can have multiple milestones. So once you're done, you can click on save and exit. So say save and exit so that the tables what you created will be available for you in the solution area. Since we have completed creating our data model with these four tables, our next step is to start creating an app. So let me go to new app and select the model driven app. It will prompt you to enter the name of the app. You can call it as project management module and click on create. Now it's time for us to add all the tables what we have created. So you can use plus new at the pages section, and once you click that, you need to select database table, and this will list down all the database tables in your current environment. You can use the search icon to search for your tables. So let me search for team members, next is projects, tasks, and finally milestones. Once you're done, you can click on add. You can observe that all the four items what you have selected been added. Since we don't have any information in the table, it is a blank view. So if you want to arrange, if you want to bring the project to the first, what you can do, you can come to this pages section again, go to the project, click these three dots and say move up. So we'll have projects, next is tasks, milestones, and team members. Now let's publish this app and play the app. So this will be the complete user interface what a person will see whenever they log into this application. By this, we come to end of this video. So here we have understand how to create a data model and how to create a model driven app from the scratch and add the required database tables. Please stay tuned for the next video where we will be discussing about what is a view, how to create a view, and what are the different types of view that a model driven app supports. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button, and press the bell icon for our new video alerts.